everybody. Welcome to Fantasy Q&A. As we get into week 7, we're here. Patrick Claybon, Adam Rank. How things going, man?
You know what? I'm doing well in a lot of leagues, but my league of record, where I drafted, I think I talked about this on Fantasy Live. I opened up with Aaron Jones, Najee Harris. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what a great tandem. But I'm like, third round, I'm like, I'm going to get an elite tight end. And I picked Kyle Pitts. That team's not doing so well. And I picked up Breece Walker and Breece Walker. Breece Walker, we combined them.
Yeah,
Breece Hall and
they're
Kenneth Walker are now one person.
It's like 12 feet tall.
I still can't win because our league weirdly puts all the onus on quarterbacks. So if you have Josh Allen, you win. I don't know why I do this league. But anyways, how are you? I never ask you how you're doing.
I'm great. Our commissioner in our collective Fantasy Live league, Aaron, we played this week.
Oh, my God.
He decided to share his deficit with the world. He immediately got blasted. And it made me a little happy because he provided an evaluation of our fantasy drafts, and he had me second to last at the start of the season.
That's right. Okay.
And it motivated me to try extra hard. And he's
Don't
0-6.
do that. Don't do that.
No.
You were sincerely motivated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You didn't let that roster. Motivation happens.
Mm-hmm.
You think that? It happens.
That's what you believe. We could literally talk about this.
Motivation is a thing.
For the entire time that you've devoted to watch the show. But instead, we're going to devote some time to your questions. And we start with this question from Nate, Rank.
Yeah.
Should I trade Dalvin Cook in the dynasty for Ramondre Stevenson? A long-term investment in a Patriots running back. How do you feel?
Yeah, why are we doing this? I don't even really like it that much in season long because I think at some point you're going to look at this running back situation for the New England Patriots and Damian Harris is going to return. It's going to be one of those things where, you got to navigate it every week. And obviously it's a little bit easier right now because the Patriots are playing without one of their running backs. He's good. He is a very good player. I still think Dalvin Cook is an elite level talent. So I would rather have him at this point. But that's me.
Yeah, it's and just look, because when you think Dalvin's not having a good game, like this game against Miami, he does the Dalvin thing. And he busts a huge run, scores a touchdown.
They're trying to make his stats look worse. Is that a thing? Like momentum?
There's a conspiracy.
Momentum is a thing though. I don't understand. Like if you would have told me today, you're going to get paid whether you show up today or not, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I was motivated by money to be here.
Adam Rank discovers capitalism.
Yes.
And the pressures we have to continue eating. All right, we're advancing. Hytham doesn't want me to go down this path, so we're going to get to the next
it's a good discussion.
Sean wants to know thoughts on Lamar Jackson ROS.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, he's a really good player. He's an MVP candidate, and he's going to be amazing. I don't know what more you want me to tell you. Was the end of the game on Sunday disappointing? Certainly. But at the same time, that was, credit to the Giants right there for making that play. Sometimes things happen. He's still a good player. Mark Andrews is still an excellent player. I feel very comfortable. I'm making up words now. I'm motivated to make up words.
And it makes sense. You could have Greg Roman not needing a 300-pound fullback to come back to the ball 17 yards down the field. You could take that situation away from Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Morgan Moses could not have gotten hurt earlier in the game.
Right. And
Lamar could have gotten protection. And you could have Lamar Jackson on your fantasy team, and he would give you top 3 quarterback value, which he has.
I'm going to try. I mean, this is every time I do the show, I'm motivated to go and trade for players that people apparently are giving up on. Like, oh, you're giving up on Lamar Jackson? Like, okay, I'm probably streaming Mitch Trubisky in a league. So why don't you, enjoy Lamar Jackson?
Go in your league chat and say Lamar Jackson available and see what offers you get. I'm sure you get some great ones. Another question from Diesel. Yeah. Shout out to Diesel in the weight room. We know you're doing.
Yeah, Diesel.
Heck yeah, this guy, fuel mileage. J.K. Dobbins, what are we doing at this point? Bench and wait.
Yeah, that's it. That you answered your own question there. I don't know what you need from me, Diesel. The second that you let him go, It's going to be like those soy sauce packets that you think like are a good idea to throw away. And then a couple of days later, you're like, oh man, you're searching through drawers. Do I have any anywhere? Can I find some? Because I need it. You can't find it. That's the way it's going to be. I think a lot of people were dismissing Kenyon Drake in recent weeks. I might have even upset it on a fantasy live show just because like we get hemmed into saying like, who would you drop? Like, I don't know, Kenyon Drake. But that's the point is like when you have a running back who's proven to be talented and good when he's healthy and available, like you tend to hang on to those players.
And also read into the fact that John Harbaugh has watched J.K. Dobbins be an exceedingly explosive player. Everybody in the league knows that sometimes the turf can be a bit tricky at MetLife.
Yes.
And a guy that's coming off of a torn ACL, if he tells you his knee is sore and you have two choices, have this guy finish this game at MetLife or maybe try to keep him safe because we're going to lead him in our playoff push as well as your fantasy playoff push.
Right.
Don't worry. Don't give up on J.K. Dobbins just yet, especially when the Ravens are running the ball well. This comes from Josh. Should I trade away Aaron Jones? That Packers offense looks so depleted. You're glad to hear that, Rank. Well, how do you feel about this?
I'm not glad to hear it because I do have Aaron Jones all over the place, and it's a disappointment from a fantasy perspective. The only thing that I say is I understand the frustration. I would love to get rid of Aaron Jones myself. The only problem is everybody else in your league knows that this Packers offense is straight dukes right now. They're not playing very well. And I don't know that they're going to turn it around. I know that Aaron Rodgers will come out and say, relax. And, we're recording this before Aaron Rodgers is out, gassing it up on the McAfee show. So we don't know what he's going to say this week. But the thing is, you can't get rid of him. You're just kind of pot committed at this point. Like I've limped into this pot with Aaron Jones. I'm going to have to ride it out. And again, I know I say this a ton. I've gone into leagues where I don't have Aaron Jones, which are few. And I'm like, I'll take him. I'll take him. I'll take Kyle Pitts. I'll do all this stuff because in a lot of spots, I have the luxury of being like, it's funny. In the places where I missed Aaron Jones and Kyle Pitts, I'm doing very well. Doing very well because I got guys like Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker. So I feel really good about myself. But I'm like, well, now I can afford. Yeah. Like if Aaron Jones never pans out, like he's a luxury. I have extra spots on my bench. I think for Josh, you're like me. You need him. You got to wait it out because what you're getting in return is not going to be comparable. And if he ends up going off, if they end up turning it up, which they might, Aaron Rodgers is okay. Then you're going to sit there all verklempt, sitting there being like, oh, dude, I had Aaron Jones through the rough parts. Now I don't get to enjoy his successes.
Yeah, you wasn't with him shooting in the gym. And so now that he's having all this success that he's made it
what are you going to do?
Yeah, you're just watching.
You're kind of locked.
Him with other baddies on IG and your phone is dry. Sorry to anybody in that situation. We got more fantasy discussion coming up on Fantasy Q&A, including should you be looking to buy or sell when it comes to Najee Harris and Ezekiel Elliott? We're going to be back to answer those in just a few. That's a good question. We have returned on Fantasy Q&A, and we asked you on social media website, twitter.com, which Week 6 breakout wide receiver performance is the most sustainable. And because the people who answered this poll are observers of reality, they selected Michael Pittman Jr. in a game in which Matt Ryan threw 37 passes in the first half. So how much do you trust Michael Pittman Jr. going forward?
You know what? I really did believe that this offense was going to be much better at some point, and it's one of the things when everybody was overly concerned about Jonathan Taylor. I'm like, listen, the offensive line's good. Mid Ryan is, he is what he is, but he's still a serviceable quarterback. So I kind of think that this is good, and I think that Alec Pierce is somebody that you can trust to either do a better job of picking up that block. I don't know. Can we watch that replay again? Was it Deion Jackson who got blown up in pass pro? But you know what? I really like this offense, and I think eventually it's going to find its way to being productive. What about you? Did you like that?
Yeah, it's going to have to be different. Like if the play breaks down and he has to leave the pocket and make a play, it's a disaster every time. But like when you're watching those highlights, when Matt Ryan is protected and maybe, if Deion Jackson isn't necessarily working in pass pro.
Was he blown up in that? I don't mean to call him out.
I don't know who it was.
Somebody was blown up.
Somebody went flying. That's not what we want from Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
But if he can be protected against the Jags over the course of the game where he's throwing almost 60 passes, then you have to be confident that's something that they could sustain as they move forward. Let's sustain our energy and get rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
We're going to hit a whole bunch of questions. Put 2 minutes on the clock.
Here we go.
Here we go.
B.
This first one. It is going to appear on the screen. What should I do with Jeff Wilson? OMG.
Well, he fumbled. See what his production is like and his usage on Sunday. That'll be a big telltale.
Yeah, it's a Kyle Shanahan running back. You're not going to be able to get rid of him or you just get played. This one comes from Tariq Enjoyer. Do I trade Clyde?
Trade for him. I like him. I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. What are you doing? Trade for him. Don't trade him. Nobody's going to take him.
Yeah, go get Clyde. Should I drop Aaron Rodgers? Ask Ghost Unit.
I think that you need to hold on to him this week because of the buys. I don't know who you're picking up. Again, Trevor Lawrence is available. Maybe Ryan. But I think Aaron Rodgers, you probably got to roll with it one more week.
All right, keep him. Salvador says, can I start believing in Kyle Pitts? You can.
3 targets? Is that what you believe in? You believe in 3 targets. Now, obviously, the touchdown was very beneficial this weekend. If he's going to be targeted 3 times per game for the rest of the season, that's not going to be good. But again, what are you going to do with him? He's too talented to bench. Nobody wants him. You're kind of pot committed at this point.
Right, Arthur Smith a letter. Send it FedEx.
Yeah.
Dylan, Jimmy G or Mariota next week?
I love Jimmy G's matchup an awful lot, but man, Marcus Mariota has played so well, spreading the ball out. The guys not being Kyle Pitts, Olamide Zaccheaus, all these other guys, Caleb Huntley getting into the mix. This
Michael Pruitt.
What a well-coached team. Like I don't think that people. I don't want to waste the time. Go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll get any value in DJ Moore going forward after the Robbie Anderson trade. How long is he worth keeping on the bench?
I think DJ Moore is worth having because he might get traded to a really good situation, and then you want him then. So make sure you're holding on to DJ Moore.
Thanks for the question.
Pick up Donta Foreman too.
Number 1 Pat's mascot fan. What should I do with Dobbs? Should I expect a resurgence?
No. I think they like Bob Tunyon.
Ryan Allen says quarterback going forward. Brady, Cousins, or Carr?
Cousins.
All right.
But he's on a bye this week. So
when is Andy Reid going to unleash Pacheco?
He's not. Takes too long.
Should we worry about Curtis Samuel?
Pretty much. Unless you like Taylor Heineke. Is Heineke starting or is it Sam Howell?
Yeah, it's gonna be Heineke. We're gonna have to wait for Sam Howell.
Why aren't they going to Sam Howell? They're not going anywhere.
Let's get some new information, Commanders. We know about Taylor Heineke. We know about Carson Wentz.
Why don't you want to, like, you're not winning. Like, you were given a gift on, it was nice of the officials, number one, to be like, well, we're going to help you drive down the field to score here so we can have 3 points before halftime. Then there was the unfortunate muff of a fumble. Man, we saw that a lot this week.
Yeah.
Saw that on Monday night, saw it on Thursday night, and it was my best friend on Thursday night. So I hope he's good.
And also,
he is good.
If you're blocking for the punt returner, just make sure.
You got to know what's going on.
You got to know.
You got to find the ball sometimes.
And
or they also got to communicate it too, because I think in my high school I used to return punts, so I know what I'm talking about. You got to have a word that means bail. I would always say bail, because that's just a dumb word. Bail, bail, and then everybody get out of the way.
Move.
That was the thing. Like if you heard me say bail, it means like you run towards the sideline.
No man.
I remember poor Mike Vanderweerd one time. He was getting too close, and I'm like, bail. And he sprinted to the sideline. The fastest, he's like a 300-pound lineman who ended up playing at Long Beach State. Sprinted to the sideline. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh, sorry. He's like, was I close? I'm like, not really, but I just wanted to see you run.
Just wanted to see how much.
No, he was close. Like I would.
And now we have a segment that we could call bail.
Bail.
But it's buy or sell.
Oh,
and
that's
we're
a
gonna
great
do
idea.
Some running backs. First up for you.
Buy them all.
Najee Harris had Kenny Pickett's first career touchdown pass.
That's true.
But he also only had 42 yards. Buy or sell?
Yeah, he's just not getting the run like you would. But you know what? This is going to be a repeatable thing that I say. And then I'm sure everybody's going to. Now that I've said pot committed, I'm going to hear like everybody on the show say pot committed. Everybody on Sirius XM. That's the one that gets me. It's like, you didn't think of that phrase until I said it. No. But in any event, we're pot committed with Najee. Nobody wants him. Nobody. That's the problem. Unless you have unless you want to trade like Justin Jefferson and then be like, oh, and I'll throw in Najee Harris to try to get 2 players who are like more mid-carders, like not terrible, but like mid-card, like definite mid-card, like Orange Cassidy. Like good, but like not a main eventer, but good. Like who entertained Danhausen, like all these guys. If you want to do something like that, it's fine, but I think you got to keep Najee and hope that Mitch stays the quarterback because Mitch is better.
Ooh.
That's a true story.
That's a take that we don't have enough time to discuss. Let's go to Miles Sanders. 18 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown, 14 points. Buy or sell?
Yeah, you know what? I love Miles Sanders. I was kind of I did a beware on him. If you ever watched the Friday Fantasy Show, like I'm very careful. I never say sit because they give you the option of saying beware, which is like I didn't say to sit him. I said beware. That was a tough matchup. Oh, you should have still started him. I just said beware because it's nondescript, and you can be like, if he struggles, you're like, well, I told you to beware. And if he's good, I'm like, well, I didn't say to sit him, so I'm good either way. And he went out there and he scored a touchdown in a pretty difficult matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. But I think we've gone over this plenty, where we made the jokes when he's like, don't draft me in fantasy. We're like, okay. And I didn't, and I took a bunch of Kenny G shares. That is a guy who's probably droppable. Kenny G. Miles Sanders, you're like, all right. That's one I missed out on. You know what, though? I drafted Breece Hall instead and Kenny Walker. So I'm cool. Like, don't worry about me. But it would have been nice to also have Miles Sanders in that mix.
Yep, so good. And getting better and getting more carries. Honestly, it seems like Nick Sirianni is starting to appreciate what Miles Sanders can do, which we appreciate.
You specifically, I believe, liked him coming out of Penn State, if I remember this correctly.
I did.
You're a big Miles Sanders.
I like fast, explosive people because they give you highlights. Plotting guys, maybe not so much. Speaking of, unfortunately, sorry, Zeke. Ezekiel Elliott, he did have 13 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. Buy or sell?
Again, if I could sell him, if I could get rid of him, I would love to do that. I don't think I want him on my roster. I think that hopefully, and again, he shows a little juice. He's not bad. I mean, he's not bad. Like honestly, let's be realistic about this. He's a flex guy. And I think that we all get wrapped up on where we drafted him. And maybe you drafted him in the second or third round and you had higher expectations. That's unrealistic. And you know what? It's kind of not his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you're the guy who drafted him in the second round. He didn't ask for that. He's just out there trying to play and win football games for the Dallas Cowboys and a team that's kind of good. And their defense is playing so well that now they're going to be in a lot of positive game scripts, which could mean more opportunities. I've already talked myself into Ezekiel Elliott. Now I'm going to go trade for him.
Yeah, you can easily make the case that they're going to have more red zone opportunities because Dak is there. So there it is.
And I love, oh my gosh, Sunday was amazing because I thought, you know what? I thought this isn't said enough. Now, Patrick and I bring the two shot in because this was something Patrick and I talked about enough. No, this was our thing about like, we never bought into like Cooper Rush as like number one. Like he's never playing. Like he's never going to be the starting quarterback long term. Like he's just not. But the more he played, the better it was for the Dallas Cowboys because Cooper Rush kept winning. Going into that game against Philadelphia, you probably shouldn't have started Cooper Rush, but there was enough. Like there would have been enough public outcry if you had benched him. Like he was undefeated. Well, fine, we'll give him a chance. You kept Dak Prescott healthy. There's seven playoff teams from the NFC. Dallas has put them in a position. You allowed your quarterback to go out there and heal. Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. He's the better for it. Now it's all going to be great. Go pick up Dak Prescott. Have fun. And just have a good time.
Yeah, as much as love football, football has done so much for me. It's important for me to understand that it is impossible to get healthier playing football.
Yeah.
It's never going to work, especially when it's something as intricate as your thumb or your finger. No, it's good that Dak got a little extra time. Shout out to Cooper Rush. I don't believe in quarterback wins. He did play well enough he wasn't an abject disaster.
Right.
But the team, Micah Parsons was more important to the Dallas Cowboys than Cooper Rush.
He did his thing.
Yeah.
He went out and did his thing. But quarterback wins that is a thing. Okay. It's like in baseball. When you're the pitcher, like sometimes I was out there pitching. Mm-hmm. I would allow 5 runs. Mm-hmm. My team would score 8, and I'd get the win. Yeah. There were times that I allowed 1 run, and I lost.
Yeah. And we have arbitrary designations to what a win or loss is in baseball. Anyway, we could talk about this for a long time. We will not take all of your time. But when we come back, how worried should you be about Drake London? More Arthur Smith discussion with the Atlanta Falcons will return here on Fantasy Q&A. NFL Plus is the league's new exclusive video streaming subscription service. NFL Plus has your game day covered with live, local, and primetime regular season and postseason games right there on your phone or tablet. NFL Plus is available in the NFL app and at NFL.com. Subscription plans start at just $4.99 a month. Fans can visit plus.nfl.com and sign up for a free trial of NFL Plus today. Let's get some more fan questions here on Fantasy Q&A. Patrick Claybon, Adam Rank with you.
We need more questions.
Yeah. Taylor asked, what do I think of Drake London after a third single-digit performance in a row? What do you think, Taylor?
Dude, this is one of the funniest things with Arthur Smith of playing so well. Because the Atlanta Falcons right now, to some segments of the population, are undefeated. They're 6-0. But it is a hodgepodge of talent because when you look at the Falcons roster, and by the way, make these the permanent uniforms. Like, don't even go back to anything else.
Wow. Not even the black on black?
No, this is the dope. This is such a great look. But when you look at this roster, Drake London and Kyle Pitts are so immensely talented. And far and away, they're two best players. And they're winning by not having to go to them. And turns out these coaches, and Arthur Smith told us, it's like, I'm not trying to play fantasy football. And you're like, well, I wish you would, but it's going to cost us. Drake London, again, at least with Drake London, you can find replaceable talent.
All right.
The tight end position is one that you can't. There's just nobody there. Which is my camera? Am I this camera? Is this my camera? Is this what? Okay. It's late in the show for me to try to figure this out. You really can bench Drake London. Kyle Pitts, you cannot. So with Drake London, you can kind of, what do you think? Like, he's great.
I don't know what to think. I know that it's like when any number of the plot lines where the Z fighters were waiting on Goku's return.
Oh, my gosh.
We're waiting on Cordero to come back because that is the one thing that we can count on. Cordero Patterson coming back. Otherwise, I don't know.
Caleb Huntley looked good.
Oh, my gosh.
Caleb Huntley was a player that by the way, for you who are always like, you're so irresponsible to tell people to grab guys like Caleb Huntley, led the team in carries. Latavius Murray, a lot of you. This is how do you have a job? Latavius Murray led the Broncos. They obviously didn't score a touchdown, but he led the team in carries. Deion Jackson, how do you have a job? Like, I don't know. Deion Jackson. We said it on this show. The two of us sat here and said Deion Jackson, and you guys scoffed at us, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Internet people.
Not
you, Luke. You're cool.
We scoff back at you.
I like Luke.
Yeah, no.
I see Luke pop up in the mentions.
And we like Luke's question. Who wants to know, Damian Pierce or Kenneth Walker? It's got Damon Pierce. He sounds like a Targaryen. Higher value rest of the season trying to decide which to trade for a wide receiver.
I would love to have both of these players. I really like Kenneth Walker a little more. I don't know if it makes sense. But I think Kenneth Walker came into this season with a little higher pedigree. Not that we don't like Damian Pierce. He was kind of underutilized in Florida last year despite having 16 touchdowns. But Kenneth Walker, watching him, and it was the Arizona Cardinals, there's something about watching him run where you're like, this guy is so legitimate. I really like James Cook coming into the draft. It was like evaluating the talent. And I was like, God, I like both of these guys. And I think that James Cook, if you gave him a chance, might be able to do this stuff. But I think Kenneth Walker just jumps out. What do you think?
I think the answer is yes. If I have a fantasy team where both of these guys are on my team, I just celebrate that.
Well, he's trying to trade for one of them. I think you should put in. Why not put in offers for both? Because I think it's probably two separate people.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is both offers are accepted, and you have Pierce and Walker.
Yeah, I'm going to need to see the team. Because I
feel like Luke. Yeah.
I feel like you might be able to make it work, Luke. Maybe browse the wire, take a flyer on some like Josh Reynolds or something, and just facilitate your wealth of running back talent. I don't know. We'll have to see the roster, but we trust you.
He's trying to decide which to trade for a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I get it now, Luke. I'm mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Don't trade him. What are you doing? I'm with Patrick. Don't trade either one of those guys. Even if
let's say he has Austin Eckler, Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, and
I would still want to keep
Saquon.
Even if you can't flex one of them, you might need to flex one of them. I think you can make it work on the waiver wire. You can go up and pick out Olamide Zaccheaus. You got to do a little bit more research. You got to really figure this thing out. But at some point, you got to keep him. So I'm sorry, Luke. I didn't.
No, we got you. We got Luke.
Send us a screen grab of the waiver wire.
Yeah, go snag Michael Pruitt. Arthur Smith's got a few more targets for him.
Oh my gosh.
In the end zone. That brings us to Don't At Me, Bro.
Yeah.
Because we have a spicy player take for Week 7. And first up is Adam Rank.
Thank you very much, Patrick. My Don't At Me is Marcus Mariota will be a top 5 quarterback this week. Don't at me. Actually, this might be one of the mildest takes that I've given so far this season. Shout out to Waiver Wire Hot Sauce that we do on the Total Access shows. Marcus Mariota has been great over the last couple of weeks. In fact, has finished in the top 5. So I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. But the thing is, I just want you all to be cognizant of this happening. That despite the fact that Kyle Pitts, Drake London are underutilized, Marcus Mariota is going out there and crushing it. And so here's my thing. Play him. If you have Kirk Cousins, who's on a bye week, I don't know who else is on a bye week, but I can't read this paper. But in any event, if you need a quarterback, go pick up Marcus Mariota. But here's my thing, though. If you have Joe Burrow, for instance, don't start him over Joe Burrow. We had this discussion the other day where somebody's like, well, I started Geno over Joe Burrow. And I'm like, Geno's great. I love it. Don't write back. It's all good. Joe Burrow is, I think, he's a main eventer that you don't bench.
Right.
Like if you're going with some other guys, if you're like, well, I had Cooper Rush or Geno, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but he's outperformed Josh. He's had more points than Patrick Mahomes. Like, I get it. I'm still starting Lamar Jackson. Somebody was just talking about that. As well as Geno has played this year, and this goes to Marcus Mariota too, still play Lamar Jackson. Okay?
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? But if you need to stream a quarterback and you're in a dire situation, you have Kirk Cousins this week, you have, I don't even know who else. I like him over
Matt
than
Ryan.
Like, Matt Ryan. Yeah. What do you do?
Play your good players.
Context.
You drafted them for a reason, even though sunk cost or pot committed sometimes is a lot of a fallacy.
There it is.
Which is another discussion for Rick and I to have, not during the show. My Don't At Me goes to you people who might consider adding me and say, no, Patrick, I think Jack Del Rio's defense is going to figure things out and Romeo Doubs isn't going to have it. No. Romeo Doubs is going for 150 purely because Jack Del Rio's defense can't figure out when to get 11 people to go on the football field. They are struggling at the rudimentary aspects of football. The secondary is bad for the second straight year, and that's to say nothing of the players. It's to say the person who's making decisions about where those players stand perhaps should not be in the position that he is in. I think Romeo Doubs, especially with Randall Cobb out this week, there's the 12 trust aspect. And despite being a rookie, I think 12 trusts 87, and he's going to feed him a lot of balls. And also there's going to be more Aaron Jones. But it's one of those games where Aaron is going to say a thing. Hopefully he doesn't say it on some proprietary podcast. Hopefully he keeps it in the traditional media aspect because that's where he's done these things, where he's provided the Packers a theme for the later part of the season, be it relax or any other things that he's done. He should do this in front of people, in front of a microphone. Say whatever it is, whatever you're going to say, Aaron, and the Packers play better, and then we all forget about the morose discussion about losing to the Jets or something like that.
Sauce Gardner running around at a cheesehead.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was pretty dope.
This too shall pass, as shall Aaron Rodgers, because he's very good at it, despite
he's okay.
The chagrin of Adam Rank. So that's going to do it for here on the Fantasy Q&A show. Thanks for checking us out. Send us your questions all season long at NFL Fantasy. You can catch us every Tuesday and Friday streaming in the NFL Fantasy app and NFL channel at 7 p.m. Eastern or on demand after that. Also subscribe to the NFL Fantasy Football Show podcast with Mr. Florio and Mr. Marcus Grant. You can find us in their podcast feed. So check it out. So that's going to do it for here in this particular facility on this particular show, but we got more fantasy action for you all week. Rank, say bye to the people.
Yeah, let's do it. Watch NFL Fantasy Live soon.
Yeah, we're doing that show today.
Yeah.
I'm going to yell, and Rank's going to tell me to chill, bro.
Chill, bro.
See you on Friday.
I got a couple of notes on chill, bro. You're not saying chill.